since Gen 5, we've had some cool ideas for Pokemon regions, such as Hawaii, New York City, the UK. I think Spain and Portugal was Gen 9 for Scarlet and Violet. But I do wonder, what could they use for a future Pokemon region that'd be kind of cool as inspiration? It's a good question, so what do we have to do other than, well, you know what. Let's ask ChatGPT what it thinks the next 10 Pokemon regions and names will be. Now, some names might be unique and creative, and some might be kind of basic, I'm not sure, but let's see what ChatGPT has for us this week. So the first region we have from ChatGPT is Australia. Now, I love Australia. I love, obviously, the Opera House. It's a cool environment. But here's the thing, right? The name that they chose is by far the laziest name that we'll probably see on this list. So here's the thing, right? It's Australia, right? Now swap out, I think it's the second A with an E, and you get the name of the supposed region, which is Australia. Here's the thing, right? The name is not going to be Australia. There's no way. It's a stupid, lazy name. But I could see a region based on Australia because, you know, we got the Great Barrier Reef, which could be a cool water area for water-type Pokemon. Got some cool beaches and coral reefs here and there. Unique wildlife as well, like, you know, kangaroos could be a cool Pokemon. So, I'm going to say no to the name. But as far as the overall region, I think this one could be happening. Now, the next region we have here is India, which is a pretty beautiful country. Got some cool architecture. But again, the name here that ChatGPT chose is, again, just kind of lazy. So they think if we get an India-based region that the name is going to be Indiga. So put a G in there, and I don't know, there you go. But here's the thing, right? Like Australia, I think the region's a cool idea. You know, it's got some good, like, mythology, architecture, diverse landscapes, the whole theme of, like, spirituality in India could be a cool idea to explore in, like, in the story in that game. And then, you know, the legendaries could be, like, Hindu gods, I guess. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know. I'm gonna say no to the name once again because it's kind of lazy. But an India-based region, I think for architecture and mythology and gods alone, this one could be kind of fun, so I'm going to say this one in the future will happen. Now, after India, we will supposedly get, based on ChatGPT, a region based on actually two countries, being Switzerland and Austria, which I think are close to each other, or like maybe like next to each other, I'm not sure. But this region, this picture here, looks kind of cool. So if we get something based on this, where it's like these little beachside cities, that could be kind of cool. And the name, too, I kind of like. So the name that they think will be for a Austria/Switzerland region is Alpica. And honestly, I can see this. I think the region could be kind of cool with all the mountains to explore as like a, you know, they could pull like a Sun and Moon where they put the league up there. That could be kind of cool. A bunch of ski resorts for buildings would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm down with this, honestly. I think a region, because again, I think Gen 9 is based on Spain and Portugal, right? It's like a fuse of both. So if we get Austria and Switzerland as a combo for a region, that could be a lot of fun to explore. So like the first two we talked about earlier, I think this one, including the name, I think it will happen. We'll see. Oh boy, next up we have a region based on South Africa, which as you guys can probably see here is very safari based, and hell yes, Pokemon safaris, already a good idea, instantly a yes. The name too that they picked here is also really damn cool. So we have the region based on South Africa be named by ChatGPT, Savantra. And you know, Savantra kind of works, and again, I am always down for a Pokemon like safari sort of thing. So nothing more to say here. I love the idea, love the concept, I love the whole idea of having these safaris. So this one I think has a very high chance of happening, so I'm gonna say hell yes to this one. Now the next region here we have Scandinavia, which I think is a collection of various countries. If I'm wrong, tell me down below. But it's apparently a very snow-based region. And the name here that ChatGPT has chosen is a very interesting one, which is Nordrei. And I think the reason why it chose it is because according to its notes here, They think that this Nordrhein region would be a Norse mythology-inspired region with fjords, glaciers, and Viking-themed settlements. A Viking-themed region for Pokemon is definitely not a bad idea. I don't know. I'm kind of split here. I do love mythology, but I don't know. Like an entire snow-based region and just having it be Viking-themed with like nothing more beyond that. I don't know. I'm kind of torn here. I'm leaning more towards it not happening, but the idea here is very intriguing. But for right now, I'm gonna go with my gut here and say that this region will not happen. Now, you guys know I am a tropical sort of person. I live in Florida. I'm around a lot of beaches, and this next one is gonna be based on Polynesia, which is obviously a bunch of islands like Hawaii, Tahiti, I think, or I forgot. It's like a bunch of tropical countries. Now here's the thing though, we already kind of have that with Alola, so I'm not sure if they'd want to go back to a previous theme. Maybe they can, like, maybe expand upon it, but, I don't know. But the name here is very basic, I would say, similar to the first two. We have, Polynia, which is what, is the apparent name for this Polynesia region. So, yeah, I don't know. If we did not get Alola already, I'd be more than down for this. But I don't know. I think I kind of prefer them exploring new ideas for regions where it's, like, not based on previous ideas that they've had for other regions in the past. So, even though my heart is telling me as a tropical region sort of person to say, yes, this will happen, I think because I'm leaning more towards them not going to ideas that have already been done before, as it kind of hurts me to say this, but I think this one will probably not be happening. Now we're cooking. Next up, ChatGPT has Brazil as a future Pokemon region, and I am already down for this. I want to go to Brazil so bad, along with Tokyo one day, and I just love the atmosphere and the culture and the vibe of Brazil, so I'd be down for this, and the name here is also pretty cool too. We have the name for this region being Eldoria. Yeah, cool name, but I think what draws me to this region idea is just what you can find in Brazil. You can find, like, rainforest, which would be cool for, like, you know, catching Pokemon similar to the forest from Alola, or from Sun and Moon. And yeah, just the creatures here would be kind of cool. You got, like, piranhas, you got sloths, you got, various jungle-themed creatures. So, honestly, similar to the Savannah one from earlier, I'm already down for this based on the country choice alone. So, hopefully this one will happen. I'm confident. I'm not sure. But, for this one, I'm gonna say, hell yeah. Now, here is a country I know little about, which is Mongolia. And, I think it's... Is it Spanish influenced? I don't remember. But, I'm a bit foggy on Mongolia. I'm sorry. But, according to ChatGPT, it says it's gonna be a region inspired by the vast steppes, yurts, and Genghis Khan-era warriors. Interesting. Heavy focus on horseback riding and nomadic traditions. That could be fun. And then the name they have here, which is going to be, when I say wrong yet again, is going to be Gengisun. Or Gengisun? Gengisun? I don't know how to say that. But honestly, I'm not really feeling this one. Horseback riding's cool and nomadic traditions, I guess, but this one, like the other ones, is not really, or I guess unlike the other ones, is not really speaking to me. So, yeah, also, I'm not really too, like, informed on what Mongolia is all about, so that might also be why I'm not really feeling it. So, I won't give it a hell no, because I do think the ideas that they listed here might be interesting, but in terms of the other regions we already talked about, this one seems like one of the more lower tier ones, so I'm gonna say this one is probably not happening. And to end off this video, we have another country that I'm not really informed about, which is, according to ChatGPT, it's gonna be based on Turkey and the Middle East. So, another cool combo, I guess. But, it's a region blending East and West, inspired by ancient empires like Byzantium and the Ottomans. Okay. Legendary Pokemon could be based on phoenixes and Jinn. Kind of a cool idea. So, for this region, they are calling it Byzantis, and, kind of a cool name, but, yeah, similar to Mongolia, this one's not really as flashy to me. I think, the idea of a Phoenix legendary Pokemon is kind of cool, but we already kind of have that with Ho-Oh if you think about it. And then Jin, I guess that kind of be a new idea for a legendary Pokemon. But the region itself, I'm kind of so-so on this. It just doesn't really stick out that much. I feel like some countries don't have that as much, like, you know, first appeal as, like, Brazil and, South Africa maybe do. But, yeah, if we get, like, an actual Phoenix, like, mythological-looking Phoenix legendary Pokemon, that'd be kind of cool, and a Jin would be kind of neat as well. And if they have, like, this whole, like, you know, historical lore about, like, the Ottomans and Byzantium, whatever they're called in this game, that would be kind of interesting to explore. But yeah, like Mongolia, I'm not really feeling this one. Nothing's really sticking out to me right now. So I won't go hell no here out of respect, but I am gonna give this one another not happening. And there you go. Those are the next 10 Pokemon regions according to ChatGPT, and some good ones in there, some maybe not so good, but overall pretty fun list. So in the comments, let me know what you guys think are the most likely options here on the list that we just went over. And what do you guys want to see as a future region that it was not on this list? Let me know in the comments. But for right now, subscribe, ring the bell, smash that like button, and I will see you guys for more ChatGPT videos in the future. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one, as always. Alright, bye everybody!